Income inequality is at an all-time high today. While most people and politicians want to blame government deficits on lower-income citizens drawing from welfare programs, they conveniently overlook the billions of dollars that are given to the biggest companies in America in the form of subsidies and tax breaks. They claim that giving this money to those companies will help create jobs, but the truth is that most of those companies would rather outsource those jobs outside of the country and pay their domestic workers a poverty wage while keeping their record profits for themselves. It is time to elect a leader who refuses to take funding from companies, but instead keeps his loyalty with the people. That person right now is Senator Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders believes that it is not right to be known as the richest country in the world and yet still have millions of Americans living in poverty. He knows it is not right to give tax breaks to the richest companies while millions of Americans struggle to afford health care. He knows that it doesn't make sense to send troops to war and then deny veterans benefits that they desperately need. Bernie Sanders has been supportive of raising the minimum wage for the entirety of his campaign. He believes that at a time when big businesses are making record profits, their workers should be paid at least a living wage. He often quotes Martin Luther King Jr. when he says that genuine equality means economic equality as well. The rising cost of education have also set up barriers for people who are trying to improve the quality of life in the United States. While a lot of developed countries are offering free tuition for everyone, American students are having to take on massive amounts of debt, and even when they graduate are having trouble finding decent paying jobs that would allow them to pay off that debt. This fact has not only affected Americans from pursuing a higher quality of life, but has held back the entire country by limiting the potential of having the best educated workforce possible. One criticism of Senator Sanders is, how does he plan to play for all these things he is promising? To answer that, he has said that he will close tax loopholes and subsidies for the biggest corporations in America, especially those that outsource jobs outside of the country. He also plans to put a tax on stock market trades and increase taxes for the top 1% of citizens. Supply-side economics has not worked for the past 30 years, and it is time to try something new. Bernie Sanders knows that it is time to make the richest citizens pay their fair share of taxes and give it to the Americans who will not send that money outside of the country, but instead use it to feed their children, give them a home to stay in, use it to take care of their elderly parents and grandparents, and use it to support their family members who are working their way through college. It does not take a lot of effort to see that there is a big gap between the wealthiest and the poorest Americans in this country. For too long, the richest people have been able to finance the politicians that have given them the power to control the government in a way that will afford them the best way to increase their wealth at the cost of the poor and middle class. Bernie Sanders is one of the few candidates that have refused to be influenced by such people and has reinforced his dedication to the people many times. The time has come to make economic equality a true reality in America, and having Bernie Sanders as President of the United States is an incredible first step towards that reality.